Hey everybody, welcome to Ford Pass Live, a video website bringing to life Ford Fund's cutting-edge curriculum that's increasing achievement by connecting classroom learning with the real world. Today we're joining two teachers as they use Ford Pass's globalization activity to strengthen their students' critical thinking skills by exploring the pros and cons of one of our planet's most heated debates.
You may not realize what globalization is just yet, but globalization affects you each and every single day. All the products that you've got in your grasp are all under the concepts of globalization, because somewhere or other somebody made them, right? Whether it be cheap labor or not, it doesn't matter. Your tennis shoes, the shirts that you're wearing, everything.
What we're gonna do now is the travel of your coffee dollar, okay? We're gonna find out how much out of each dollar do you think is going to the grower, to the shipper, to the trader, to the roaster, to the retailer, okay?
And spend about maybe a minute and a half in your groups discussing who you think gets how much of that buck for the coffee. You could actually come into my classroom and you would know when I'm teaching Ford Pass as opposed when I'm teaching my curriculum. Because when you're teaching the traditional curriculum, the kids are sitting there, they're taking notes, you're teaching them test-taking skills. Mm-hmm. When you're teaching this curriculum in particular, you've got kids around the classroom interacting with one another. They're thinking about solutions that they have to present to the problems that they encounter.
And then the roast. You take the local traders because they're the ones that sell all the merchandise. Well, not the merchandise.
And the growers are like the last right?
Oh yeah, we have the answers here. But we're gonna get them to think about it and then, you know, come up with their own, and then we'll give them the correct answers, and some of them are gonna be surprised.
Well, if I were to describe Ford Pass to another student, it would be more of, well, regular class is just the basics. You know, the test that you need to pass, that's what all they teach you. Ford Pass is more of a, they focus on communication skills, working together, they focus on all sorts of other things. And today, here in this program, you know, we learned how to work together, we learned how to talk and communicate and also get along and learn something new, even though not many of us are probably interested in, but we got to get interested in it because we got to learn more.
We're almost done, Terry?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, we're done? Okay, let's go over your answers first. What do we have here on the breakout of the dollar? Okay, someone please.
Well, the growers, we predicted that they get 7 cents.
Okay, what about this group here?
Well, we felt that the retailers would get around 50 cents.
Retailer 50, and the other breakdown?
That the shippers would get 25 cents because they had to make it travel from South America all the way up here. They had to pay for all the mileage and everything. And then the local traders, since they're back there with the farms, they don't really get that much. They can't even pay the farmers that much.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna give you the answers. I'm gonna ask you a few questions on this.
I threw some of you guys off, not purposely, but nonetheless, to see if you were really thinking about what's involved in getting coffee to the table. All right, some of you guys threw out some real good figures and were relatively close, and some of you guys were way off. The roasters.
What do they get?
60 to 70 cents, 65 to 70 cents. They get the most out of that dollar. The realities that the curriculum proposes, you know, it kind of opens some eyes in these students that are likely to fall out of school. For them to say, hey, wait a minute, is this really what happens in the real world? Because if this is the case, I'm not meeting that standard. And perhaps it will engage them in the school setting in preparation for what they're about to face. You know, the reality sets in and they say, okay, well, this is where I need to apply these math skills. This is where I need to apply my persuasive skills, you know, that I might be able to move ahead. And I definitely think that that's one of the things that's missing in public education right now. The sense of urgency, you don't see it in the curriculums that are being written. But in this curriculum, it's embedded in there. Number one. Who's my number ones? Raise up your hand. Okay, you are the growers.
Towards the end of the class, we all split up into like, say, different companies like Nestle and stuff like that. They didn't really give us titles, but they gave us each jobs. We had the growers, we had the retailers, we had the shippers.
Okay, do this as a team. You know, I want you to communicate. I want you to share this and come up with a solution as a team. Okay.
Then they told us how much each of us make, and as a team, as a company, we had to figure out who gets more.
We had to go into the field, maintain it, make sure all the plants are doing good.
So I try to put myself in the position of these farmers. I watched these farmers. They looked tired. They looked old. They were dirty. They looked like they had gone through hell and back. So I was just thinking, what kind of feelings would they have toward the American executives who are just there sitting in their big chairs, then like just living the life.
Her case that she needs the money for food and stuff, we need the money to survive.
I think I should get paid more because, I mean, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got your name out. I got very into it. I was the retailer, and I got very into the fact that, you know, it was me that should be getting a certain amount.
Wait, how much you get paid? I know, I said we take away from her and give it to me.
And we actually started arguing it because I got so into being that part that it just kind of puts you in another place and making you feel like, wow, you know, it makes you see how the real world works, you know, so.
My other friends, Miranda and Linda and Terry, they were the other ones in my group. They didn't seem to really put themselves out there that much, yet I was able to even bring them into the argument. Me and my friend Ashley were even able to bring them into it also.
You pay all of us.
Yeah, we'll give it back.
I think that the Ford Pass helps students to reach out to other students who may feel like kind of like they shouldn't really say anything because their opinion won't matter. Yet we and the teacher also shows them that yes, your opinion matters. Your voice will be heard.
Okay, very good. I think, you know, even with that little activity that we just did right now, you begin to get a general idea of what it's like. I mean, to be in business. I mean, even though we're talking about the coffee business, almost everything that you're wearing comes from a different country. If you look at it, hecho in Mexico or Indonesia or China, a lot of the products that are sold in our markets here come from China, right? So this is the way it works, guys. So did you enjoy what we did today?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of get a good idea. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for doing what you did.
So that was a short demo about how Ford Pass teachers use real-world concepts like globalization to instill critical thinking skills in their students.
So I'm thinking that globalization might end up stopping wars and stuff because people are going to start understanding each other. But at the same time, it might cause them.
Keep clicking through the rest of the website to explore the other pillars of Ford Pass, including communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more on FordPassLive.com.